And
Happy Monday, everybody. My voice
Hey,
is barely here. It's coming back. Danny and Asia, it's so good to see y'all again.
still.
Literally, this will be the
I don't
fifth
know if
day.
I don't know if I believe that just yet because we just left each other yesterday.
Well, I really don't care to see Asia, but she knows why, so it's fine.
I have no clue why actually.
Traitor.
I feel like, that's a sidebar. Let me take my earrings out before this man try to fight me. I just feel like it's because you couldn't outsmart
Hold on,
me
your
and I
audio.
understand it.
Hold on, Asia. Your audio is it's kind of like I don't know if you're moving it right now. Asia's so as y'all know, we just got back. Many of us today, late last night, from our epic, cabin retreat. So we are all over the place. In this case, Asia's in the car, but she committed to being here, so we appreciate it. But it's kind of hard. We can hear you, but it's like it goes a little low and then out, Asia.
What
So
about right now?
that's fine. Sounds fine. Is something covering it?
Yes.
Maybe that's probably why.
What about now?
That's perfect.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah,
Now,
then we can stay right here.
Now, what lie was you about to say?
Oh, I just think I think you're mad because I can't be manipulated. I can't be tricked. And people find out in their own time, but you just decided to find out this weekend. So I get it. But I'm a great person.
You guys, I can't wait until we release this footage from our weekend. We did not film content for reality. We filmed our own show. And if we could, we record what we could, but if there could be a camera following us around, baby, I tell you, what we put together over the last 4 days was better than half these shows you're talking about right now.
Literally, not 80%, better than 80%.
Yeah, we had a
Yeah.
good time this weekend. So we have a lot of footage, a lot of content, and stuff will be coming out. Who won what? I know you guys. We did the traders review on Friday. It was blurry, but I think that because of StreamYard, we was able to. I think it recorded. So if it recorded, I can actually upload it, re-upload it because it is up right now, and it'll be clear for you guys to see. But it was great. So let's switch gears. Y'all know we had a good time. We love those that are watching. Let's talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This episode, I hate to be the person to keep saying that, but the episode was it seemed to be a fun episode, maybe for them, because they did have some moments and they weren't really arguing. But it does seem to pick up next week. So it was okay. We'll get into it, we'll talk about it, and then we'll get out of here. Like, subscribe, as I always say, and let's get into it. So last week, we ended off with Nneka being crowned the new Grand Dame of Potomac or whatever, and we know that Candiace stormed off. She didn't like it. She didn't really care for it. She thought it was like stupid. I'm not gonna lie to you. We talked about it last week. Candiace was the audience, most people, because it was dumb. It didn't make any sense. Like, even if you want to say if it was like a fun moment, it's quite lame. I would just say that it was less stupid. It was just a lame thing to do. And shout out to y'all in the chat. Hey Amanda, hey Taylor, hey Sean, hey Dorothy, and Gossip News and True Crime Network. Okay, True Crime Network. There's a lot of crime going on this past weekend too. And so Candiace comes back, and when she comes back, she's there. I think she left something there. They asked Karen to give word because obviously this is all geared more so at Karen because not only is Karen, named herself as the Grand Dame. We had a whole debate last year between her and Charisse. This little shade moment obviously was geared towards her because we know that Giselle feels like Karen has been throwing shade at Nneka. So Karen gives words, and she specifically talks about the Grand Dame 208854, which is if I'm not mistaken, that is the zip code of the actual area that they're considering for it to be Potomac. And so Karen, is like, congratulations. Nneka feels like she's being shaded, but Karen is like, no, I'm not trying to shade you. I'm really trying to talk at Giselle, who doesn't even live in Potomac. She lives in Bethesda. If you know, Bethesda is actually Maryland, well, another part of Maryland that is basically not anywhere near Potomac in that case. Not that close anyway. So they finished that. You kind of see a little tension between the two, and I kind of mentioned this last week, and I feel like there's going to be more that comes from this because Karen and Giselle have been okay this season, but I think based off the preview of next season, they're gonna have a little spat. So they're gonna do night golf. The night golf was cool and fun. Um, and they just basically they have like these side conversations, and Karen, turns to Candice, and she's just like, trying to figure out why did she get so upset, because she's like, well, I wasn't upset, although I knew it was shade, I wasn't upset. Why were you upset? Candice explains why, and she just says it basically like she didn't want any parts to do with anything that Giselle has going on, and that she's not a very light person. They have beef. So I'll stop here and get your thoughts. Start with you, Asia. How did you feel about um were you here last week for the show?
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about that. So how do you feel about Karen pulling Candace to the side and basically being like, why would you be upset if I wasn't?
I felt like she was more so just letting her know, don't make a big deal, because I know how you get.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. So
Yeah.
I think it was good that she did it. So another little stupid storyline that doesn't make sense does not develop.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it. But yeah, I think it's some of the lamest shit that they've ever done on the show. So
Benny?
Yeah, it was really lame. Hearing Nneka say in the confessional, that she believed Giselle did that whole grand down bullshit, BS, sorry, from a place of concern. What concern does she think that was? Because, Nneka don't realize she was used as a pawn and is really a joke, because last night on Watch What Happens Live, Giselle admitted she only did that crowning Nneka to get at Karen. It had nothing to do with really thinking that Nneka is the grand dame. Like, girl, they're laughing. They're using you for somebody else, and you're saying it's coming from a place of concern. Girl, what do you mean by concern? Girl, I'm sick of her already. She can go.
Nneka pretty much was like, yes, I know I'm the biggest threat.
Yeah, Nneka was eating it up, and I'm like, Nneka, girl, you don't even realize this is making you look even more lame than what you already are, at least in my eyes, because that's all that matters to me, is what I think.
And that sash and crown was cheap. It looked nothing like the one that you gave Sammy.
I was gonna say everything. Okay. The crazy part about this is, the drinks that were in the running for winning our little competition we had was named after damn Giselle and after Robin.
They were.
And that's crazy. And the one that won was actually named after Robin. That is so sad, but I guess it was good, Dream is in the chat. She can speak on it.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, Dream, put in the chat what was in your drink. Your winning drink.
No, I like Dream's drink. I didn't like James with that jalapeno in it. That gave me heartburn.
He was in the top. What was it, Jizzy with Jizz? I was, oh no.
Jizzy with Jizz, that one, and then Antonio's the I Dream of Nene.
Yes. We're gonna post all this on there to y'all. We just kind of remembering some times from this or whatever. Shout out to Dream in the chat right now. He's like this video, like I always say. Shout out to my aunt is in the chat. Say, hey auntie baby, hey auntie baby, I'm here. Everybody, what's going on? All right. So then we see Kiana. So Kiana is the friend of, as we mentioned. She, I guess, is the official friend of. She has confessional. We saw that last week. And I like Kiana because I don't know, like she doesn't seem one-sided on anything thus far. She seems to even be giving Giselle and Robin a chance, while also clearly being friends with Candiace and Wendy, which I don't really see them interacting with her as much. So I'm curious, is she just trying to make room in any other area as well? But I like Kiana. And I liked Kiana from the moment that she socked Cookie Monster in the face for throwing a drink or whatever. So I was okay with that. And so she's feeling better. But she does mention her confession that she does feel a way about Giselle being the first person to check on her. Now, she hasn't brought it to the group yet. This is just in her confessional. So they go to dinner, and Giselle is talking about Grace. We know Grace is going to college. It's been probably the most consistent storyline that Giselle has ever had since.
No.
What? No.
The most consistent one has been Jamal not showing up at the reunion. That's been the most consistent one.
Well, not showing up ever. Well, he
Yeah.
was at the graduation though, right? I think he was, right?
And one birthday party have we seen him at. Other than that,
Yeah, I do like Kiana vodka with three olives. Look, I said limes. That's my choice. I'm sorry. Yeah, that is true though. Everyone seems to like Kiana. I see a lot of good feedback from her
that
online.
confessional was nice.
She does look nice. She's hey, listen, they may need to consider bringing her on. We'll see. We'll see.
She needs
And
to be on there.
so Giselle talks about Grace going to college and how she took the advice of Karen, and she's going to be very sad when she leaves. And Mia prompts the question about having concerns about her going to college in Florida. So as of right now, Grace is going to an HBCU. I believe she's going to FAMU. Is it FAMU? I don't. It's FAMU. Okay.
FAMU.
Just FAMU, which is also the same school that Heavenly Daughter is going to, right?
Yeah, Aurora.
Laura is going there as well.
Laura. Yeah.
Maybe they'll get there and be friends. I don't know.
They took a picture together already when they first got down there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I missed that, but that's cute. Past the holy whore Jamal. Yes, that Jamal Taylor. And so Wendy speaks, and Wendy says, she would not send her brown kids to Florida just because of how Florida is. There's a jacked up state. They kind of have a debate about HBCUs and how great of an experience it is to go to one. I went to HBCU. Asia went to an HBCU. There are others, and there's no knocking to others. But listen to this conversation. When I have it in my own time, I always say the same thing. Like, it's just an experience that I feel like you wouldn't get. But then again, the same could be said for PWI. I didn't go.
Not really.
Well,
I went to both.
Not in the same context, but I mean, there are things that I probably would not have experienced. I mean, I would have experienced how I went to PWI, but I'm glad where I went. And so, listen to this conversation. It was good to hear and how they spoke so highly of it. And then, so Giselle pretty much talks about. I'm sorry. They called Karen out about, her comments to Mia. And Giselle is like, because sometimes, we should call out people when they fall short. And they basically say that, it's wrong for Karen to talk about anything about Mia's marriage and her, having sex or being with a rapper, any gossip. And Karen is just like, well, listen, you guys have been very disrespectful to me in the past. And so I'm starting to go low now. Like, this is basically what she said. I was just like, that's fair, because they have done a lot of things. They've dressed up as piece of men and all type of things. They did all type of things to come for her. Blue eyes. So I think it's only fair that when someone decides you go low and someone decides to go low as well, don't act surprised. That seems to be the audacity of this particular franchise when it comes to things that they seem to forget. They're hypocrites on everything they do. And so Karen says that Mia has talked behind her back. They show this clip where it shows Mia talking, I guess, in front of her. And I'm like, they clearly didn't show the clips where it started, because it started in Mexico and before that. But I guess they're trying to protect Mia. I don't know, because she is definitely a big liar. But Mia says that she hasn't shared all of the truth about Karen. And if she keeps trying her, she's going to reveal all of it. And at first, she's like, well, don't threaten me, Mia. And I love how Giselle was like, well, I think that's nice that she's not sharing all the tea, that she's holding stuff back. Because I'm like, Giselle, really?
I chuckled a bit.
I was like, really, Giselle? So Karen decides she wants to move on. Of course, Ashley and Giselle thinks there is smoke. Because basically, why would Karen be acting so okay? Let's move on. I'm like, I think she just was like, girl, I don't feel like going there. Because I think just as low as Mia could go with lies, I do think Karen could too. And I think it would sting more from Karen and probably be a lot more true.
I'm about to say, with Karen, it actually will be the truth. Karen, the timeline is off, but she really hasn't lied.
Yeah,
fully. It's always been like a timeline issue.
Okay. That's true. I mean, listen, I have enjoyed Mia this season, but that doesn't take away the fact she's a liar. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I like liars, but I just, I enjoy her. But I guess I am saying I like liars because, I mean, at this rate, I have not been blinded from the fact that she is a liar. Okay. Just say it.
Sometimes it's the little lies that she does that makes you enjoy her, actually, because she's being delusional sometimes. Sometimes the little lies is what
we love a delusional housewife. A
Yeah,
little
She's
Lulu,
funny.
a little Lulu with a side of lie is like, cool.
magic.
But consistent lies is just crazy, and yes, yes. So any thoughts on this, either anything in this conversation? Because obviously in this whole scene, this is where we saw the faces that Wendy and Candice were making while she was talking about Grace going to college and going to HBCU and going to Florida. Now, in this scene, did y'all see them make the faces that they were making? What did y'all think? Your honest
I,
thoughts.
I saw them making faces, but my thing is, I thought it was more just, oh, I wish this bitch shut up. This lady shut up. I don't necessarily think it was towards the daughters or anything. But what's interesting to me is Robin the same attention to detail that Robin is paying attention to them. She should use that in paying attention to Juan and the stories he tells her. Um, because she's focusing on the wrong thing here. Because I saw Candace looking at, Wendy. And it was like, I wish this girl just shut up. Don't nobody want to hear nothing that come out of her mouth. That's what I got from it. I don't necessarily think it was the kids. I don't think it had anything to do with Grace's daughter. I think it was just hearing her voice and her fakeness. Like she's
Yeah.
always just, here we go again. She just ain't. And Wendy wasn't even smiling.
Well, I watched it and I wanted to make sure I really watched it because I was like trying to make sure because I saw next week's preview before I watched the episode. So I was like already on guard about trying to see what these faces were. And production actually, they repeated like a couple of those little snips like twice to try to make fetch happen. And I'm like,
it wasn't.
I didn't see anything. And like you said, I think it was more so like really at Giselle. It's unfortunate she was talking about Grace, but it was probably like, girl, shut up. Shut
Yeah,
up.
it was a lot of editing. And, Giselle has made the same faces when they're talking. And granted, they may not have been talking about kids, but, Candace doesn't have children, so her music career is like her baby. And when Giselle has made a lot worse comments about, she didn't just make faces while Candace was talking about something dear and special to her. She was making faces that just degrading it and everything else. So, I hate to sound like this, but even if Candace was doing it, if I don't like you, it's also F them kids. I don't like you, so even if she was.
I don't think any of them, even they have. I don't think either of them have ever shown anything towards Grace at all. This cast doesn't really. All their kids stay pretty much out of the drama. Now, if this was like Jersey or what's the Zodiac Bierman kids or whatever, I don't know. They move a little different, but Grace is an innocent child. We don't have an issue with Grace. We actually have all, I think, even on the cast, love the kind of parent she is towards her kids.
Yeah,
just the fact that we don't like the mother.
and even though we've all acknowledged that she's a great mother, at least,
right?
Well, aside from everything
and
else,
I think we have acknowledged that too much.
Yeah.
Like
we're grasping
next
to say sometimes because that's the only nice thing we can say about her is that she's a good mother.
That's it, and that is not good. That's not a good housewife.
Yeah, I with this whole thing, Amanda K, I agree. Definitely edited. Robin didn't invite Wendy's kids to family day. It's just crazy that was kind of like glossed over in a sense to where that actually was a definite thing that happened versus something that we are assuming and trying to make happen based off of editing. I think that they got those faces, and then I don't know. I think they were just looking. I don't know. Maybe they was expecting to be like, oh yeah, but they was just like you said, we tired of hearing you talk. Like, who cares?
I like Dorothy Blake's
also her being emotional because Giselle is not really an emotional person, and that's probably I think those faces were more because she kept emphasizing how she was going to cry and break down, do all these things, and I think at some point, it's kind of like, girl, she going to school, get over. It ain't like she going to first grade or kindergarten or she's going to college, and you have two more behind her that are also going to be going as well. So this is practice.
I think it was called like, watch she talk about her kids. That's all she gonna talk about. And then it happened, and they were like, see, see, like if it was anything, it was some code, like you see, we was right or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I see people. I've seen pages say the opposite. Maybe I mean even here, Vodka with 3 olives said I think they were being haters. I don't. Why would I don't know what they would be to hate on. I mean, their Grace is going to college. I don't really know.
Because Wendy got 9 degrees. She ain't jealous about that.
I mean, I don't know. That's I guess it's all to be interpreted by whatever you saw. If you saw some hating faces, then you saw some hating faces. If you saw some women that were just tired of somebody that they don't like, and it just happened to be in a conversation about a child, then you
Yeah.
saw that too. Because that's all I saw, to be honest. And I'm just keeping it real. That's really it. All right. So to finish this scene off, Kiana thanks Giselle for checking on her, but she does kind of mini call out Candiace and Wendy, and they basically was like, "Girl, we gave you a beverage. You was good."
Asia, I
She
gave
was
her
like,
a
"Okay,
beverage.
I gave her a beverage." I mean, they said they gave her like a ginger ale and took care of it, but at this moment, like I said, I don't mind Kiana, whatever. She clearly is friends with Wendy and Candiace, but she is giving Giselle and Robin the time of day. Now, I do want to see what happens when this fight happens and how they check on her then, because
Yeah.
I know for a fact when that fight happened, only 2 people that checked on her were the 2 that I guess didn't check on her while she was just sick. So that's just facts, because we reported that story. We reported the facts about that story when it came out before it came big news. And I know for a fact that Robin and Giselle, although whoever checked on her when she was sick, did not check on her when she was in the hospital with a cut up face. So,
Ooh.
and maybe this will come around, but remember you heard it here first. All right, so the next day, Mia is kind of confused on what has she done to Karen for Karen to have all this ammo against her. And so Giselle kind of fills her in and tells her, like, this is probably what happened. And you see Karen like having a breakfast, and Mia goes in and starts to like play with her and like bound to her, basically because Karen has already said that she brought her into the group. So I guess she feels like she should have some kind of loyalty to her. Um, but I really do wish that Karen would have said this sooner, because this is not the first time that she's kind of been felt crossed by Mia. I mean, it was into it a couple times last year. Remember, because Mia felt like Karen should have had her back more after that whole fight thing. So I just feel like maybe I would have wanted to hear this from Karen sooner. But I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Giselle is upset. She makes a comment, and saying that she don't want to talk to Wendy and Candiace because she saw the faces they were making. I'm like, okay, did they just get together and say some faces were made? It's kind of getting ridiculous, but we'll talk about it more in depth because it does come up later. And they play a game called Answer the Damn Question. And so basically, they played these games. I mean, every question was geared towards a person. You guys tell me what question or answer was more interesting to y'all. Yeah, so they asked Wendy, they asked a question about, do you want it like long and hard or soft and sensual? And I ain't gonna lie, I died because Wendy was just like, go soft and sensual, and then you jack that ish up. And I was like, I know that's right, Wendy, tear it up. I think Wendy and Eddie be having some good old nice. I want to watch.
We have fun, and I will watch.
Mm-hmm.
I will watch the tape.
I want to watch. So then they talk
Me
about
too.
you said what?
No, I
Okay,
said me too. I
yeah.
watch the tape too.
So then they asked Wendy about like the longest time that she's gone, without having sex. And she was just like, maybe it's been like maybe 2 weeks at the most. And she talks about how Eddie loves her third brown eye. I didn't know what the brown eye was either. I didn't know it was the booty hole. But hey, it's good to know that he liked the booty hole and every other eye and hole that she got. That's marriage. So hey, he should, right? Um, they talk. Karen talks about her whole phase, and they want to call her out on it, but she says that she's done all the things that she considers to be holy in the past already. They asked Ash how long since she's had sex. So she said it's been like since January after she broke up with the last guy, Luke. They talk about Robin and Juan's, I guess, fetishes. And I don't know. I was just like, ew. I don't really don't care. Honestly, not with Robin, but it looks. She says that he wants to have like he wants to watch her have, and of course everyone throws a little shade because they say one is unfaithful. So of course he want to do more unfaithful things. Karen even says that basically it's a threesome without her that he's having. So maybe she's the one watching. I don't know. Um, they asked Giselle about whether it's better to who has the better sex, pastors, models, athletes. She says athletes. They asked Mia what is the name of the rapper, and Mia is not sharing. Some of the women think it's kind of a little off brand of her because she's usually overly sharing everything, but she's kind of like saying that it would basically put somebody else out in a different light. So she's not gonna do that. They asked Candiace how many times a week she had sex, and she says 2 weeks. Kiana thinks she should have more sex, especially if she wants to have a baby and get untired.
She Kiana cracked herself up in that moment, and I loved it because she was
Yeah.
like, "You better get untied," and
Yo,
then was like,
I thought about like, yeah, girl, you better
Yeah,
get
I
untied
was.
because and then
That's what you want.
they asked Karen how many partners has she had in the last 5 years, and she tells us that her river is flowing. She has wet dreams. I didn't know that women had wet dreams either. I thought it was just a boy thing.
"Oh
But
no,
do y'all really? Oh, I
yeah,
didn't know that. I really didn't. I thought it was just something that we did as boys because I don't hear women talk about it. But I guess why would I hear women talk about it? I don't know. But she lets us know that she's flowing and it gets wet around there like a damn ocean. That's what Karen said. So, any thoughts on
I didn't
any
want
of these questions? Anything of the game? This is actually was fun. They seem to always come together when it comes to sex. So, Asia, any thoughts on any of these?
no, not really." But is this where we find out that the rapper thing was actually true?
She didn't say.
She
Well, that's
said
what
it.
Karen said
She
she
just
was
said it was.
vindicated.
She said she
Oh,
did it, but it was before she was married, which is clearly a lie.
well, this is so. I don't think so. I thought it was the other part.
Oh,
I could be
maybe.
I could be wrong, but you can speak on it. Though. That's fine. I could be
Well,
wrong.
I mean, that was it. So I just thought it was funny because, like we said, Mia do be lying, and then she telling herself later,
Yeah.
like, and sometimes in the same episode, like we just saw, which I thought was hilarious. But I thought it was cute that they all were enjoying the game, and
Oh yeah.
Robin seemed enjoyable.
I know what you said. I'm not, so you were talking about when she said that they tried to make it sound like so it was true, and she was like, "Well, they weren't married or something like that, right?"
Yeah,
That they weren't married when she messed off with the rapper.
yeah.
But then I think she did say initially that he wasn't a rapper, right? He was something. Did she say he wasn't a rapper?
So we don't know if she's talking about somebody else or if she's talking about this DJ.
We're
See,
gonna
that's what
all
Asia. That's what.
we're gonna
That's what I
all
was
lose
to get at. So
brain
she kind of
cells
just told
up
her
here.
herself. Yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
she done told herself punching somebody else.
I don't know what Mia got going on. It's like she's kind of reverting slightly back to her first season 6, where she was like overly lying about things. Like it kind of slowed down, but then it's like, girl, what?
Yeah.
She should just be quiet and just laugh and just throw a little shade and not say anything. Stop trying to be smart.
Yeah. She should play coy when it comes to the actual allegations against her and lie about everything else.
Yeah, yeah. Because I'm confused and lost, and I don't like that for myself. I don't like that for myself.
Hi.
Um, all right, so then they get to lunch, and at lunch, after being on the beach and playing the game or whatever, Ashley wants to talk about her situation and the status of her marriage, and she talks, about like that she has never really been on her own. She's never really been. She's always had something or someone taking care of her. And at this table, this is when a lot of lies came out, not on just Mia's behalf, but also Ashley. And I actually have a comment. I said these ladies be lying.
They
Um,
do be lying.
One, they asked if Mia was with Gordon for the money, And she says no, because he doesn't have it. And Kiana is like, well, girl, not about now. Let's talk about, because he just lost it. So in the past, when he had it, and I was like, okay, Kiana, you better speak up, girl. You better say something. I love it. And she's just like, no, that's not the case, because when I came in, she came in with money, speaking to her inheritance. And I said, okay, so if your mama was if your I'm about to do a whole spiel. If your mama was, not in your life, and you stayed with your best friend, and you was a stripper at the steak joint, where does the inheritance come from? Where does that come from? Did it come from the steak lobster joint, the strip joint? Did it come from Jacqueline's family, who she was raised with? I mean, does it come from the rehab place that her mom was in? Where does the inheritance come from? Can anybody tell me where? Mind you, I just said everything that she said to us. So, I mean,
I ask you.
I asked you. So, yeah, that's what she says. Did y'all have any comments on that part first? If I move on.
What can we say about it? Like,
Yeah.
it's too much.
Yeah, I just thought there's nothing you can really say.
Yeah. Well, she says it, and she sticks to it. And she, I think after a while they get tired. Everybody's confused about her lying, and they just like, okay, it's neither here or there. And then, she kind of speaks more on it a little bit, because Wendy talks. They all like, okay, but wait, then you say you met him at the strip club, steak lobster joint, and he was giving you like 10K a night. She was like, oh girl, that's chump change. 10K a night, that's gas money.
But
I'm like, this is your problem. This is
but if
I
had an inheritance, if you had an inheritance, what you stripping for? Or serving wings at a
why couldn't she have started the joint chiropractic her damn self? Or why couldn't she have her own pamphlets to move? Why did she have to do it with her husband? I just don't understand. So
well, where is her inheritance now?
It's uninherited.
Where did
She's
it
still
go?
waiting on it. It had nowhere to go because it never came.
Thank you. Because why y'all living in a 900 square foot apartment?
Child. 10K a night. I'm gonna say this: 10K a night is some good money. So if she's making that, even her downplaying it, she's lying with that. Just lying. But that wasn't even the biggest lie. Another lie that came at the same table within the same scene was that Ashley said that Michael does not give her money. And I said, well, who the hell giving it to you? Who paying for this mortgage that you said you can't pay? I said, these ladies are lying. Like, what? I don't know. But she says that, and I said, it's so many lies on this cast. You got Giselle lying about everything. You got Robin lying about one. I mean, Jesus Christ. You just can't keep up. Then we got what's her name? Line. What's her name? Lebby.
Giselle lying about Jason.
They lying about Lebby. I guess they lying on Wendy's mom about the shrine. It's just so much going on. Just this whole season, this season lie. Season lie. That's what it is. So then she talks about, her life coach, and then she been, talking about everything, and she came up with this song. And I ain't gonna lie, I died at this song. But it was titled Healing and We're Thriving. No, not just surviving. And I said, okay, how do I feel about her song? And she actually had, what did he say? She had a little voice on her. I don't know.
What I will say is, I like the beat. I thought it was fun. I'm interested to hear it because it sounded catchy. It was very much like lean in, lean out.
I'm the one,
not the two. I don't need no clout.
Bling, bling, bling. Bitches is mad.
So I'm interested to hear it. I think it has potential. You have to remember with these housewife songs, there's only a few that ever really gave us any, so the bar isn't very high for a housewife song to be good. There's only a few that have actually given us good ones. So the bar isn't very high. So, I mean,
Yeah, the girls seem to have liked it in a sense, and it seems, I guess it's supposed to be uplifting. As long as she don't like go on a whole tour and start performing it in front of gay prides, and I'm okay, because that seems to be a trend for the housewives. They want to make a song and they want to be booked by a gay pride and perform it. I don't want to hear that there. I want to hear about thriving and surviving while I'm trying to pry
Because ain't nobody else gonna book her. But I won't mind her being booked at a gay price. She seems to be a genuine ally. From on her part, it always seems genuine when she
Yeah.
talks
Yeah,
about
because she was with an allegedly,
it. I
you
didn't want
know.
to say that, but you said it, so
I didn't say it either. I just said she was with an allegedly something, and then that was
yeah.
it.
But
So
I knew she
That
was.
it was like baseball or something, right? You talking about Ashley, right?
I'm talking about Ashley with Michael.
Oh, but she also, at one point she was said to have been with like a baseball or some player too.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, she's just open to
Ashley's been with
everybody.
a couple of people, okay, since Michael. I can I
I
allegedly.
heard. I did hear that
Yeah,
hockey.
it's more to it. I think she more than
It
just
was a hockey
It
player.
was a hockey player.
hockey. Yeah, it was like it was some. It wasn't no like it wasn't no just regular. I mean, it's one of them other sports, but yeah, maybe it's just for hockey. Then I thought it was
Not
Uh,
not
baseball.
regular.
Yeah, it was like a it was non NFL, non NBA. It
It
was
was
something.
something.
it was hockey. I remember. The
Maybe
problem I have with Ashley's song is it's a lie for now. She's not thriving. She's not surviving. She's
And she ain't healing.
she broke. Like I'm sitting in my car filming, but she's nervous that she's going to have to move into her car. Like she's not. Like this is temporary for me right now, but this is a permanent fear for her. And it's a lie. Maybe it's a manifestation song,
yeah.
Maybe.
but
So
it's a lie.
you think you should change the words to like something like like Amanda K just said, "Under the bridge, I'm broke. Under the bridge, I'm broke. Under the bridge, up no." Okay, let me stop. She's not
I
under the
thought it
bridge. She's in the
was.
beach. She's in a beach house, and she has enough money to keep that going.
She is
Uh,
in Michael's beach house
I thought it was nice that for the most part they all
in
gave her nice
Virginia.
words and and encouraged her, even though she didn't deserve those words from Candace. I'm glad that Candace gave it to, even though they weren't. She shouldn't have gotten any from Candace.
mm-hmm.
Candace too forgiving. They always say she hold her girl, but she's one of the most forgiving on that cast to me.
I like how in a lot of these scenes, like she was so like you would never think that they had an issue. Like she was interacting with Robin when she was telling her tea, like, "Come on, girl, let's hit her thing." It didn't seem like it was fake. And even with
She
Ashley,
was forcing them.
huh?
She was forcing them to interact with her. Y'all gonna look stupid, but
Well,
I'm here to have
she
fun.
was consistent with Giselle now, but everybody
Yeah,
else, you know,
I
and
think
she
it's,
she
don't care about
genuinely
Giselle,
doesn't not like them. They genuinely don't like her.
and
yeah,
she generally cares about Robin. I don't really think she cares about Giselle.
Uh,
Even though those things happen with her and Robin, she actually cares about Robin. They actually had a real friendship to her.
yeah.
So
Okay. So to get to the end of this, they do a photo shoot because they're in an area where I guess there was a what magazine was that? Was it Mac? What was it? Mac?
uh,
What?
Potomac Illustrated,
Huh?
the magazine they were doing the pictures for,
Yeah.
Potomac Illustrated was, they said the cover was, and it was
Yeah, but
just,
it was inspired by another photo shoot that was done on that same beach as well. I think
oh,
where
I didn't see
they
it.
so they did their photo shoots. It looked fun. They all had a good time and nice pictures. Nothing crazy there. Once they finish, there is a side conversation. There's a lot of side conversations because Wendy and some of the other ladies go get in the water still. Robin, me, and Giselle are having a conversation. Was Nneka there too? I couldn't really
she was
see.
talking to Candace.
Okay. So Giselle, so basically, Robin turns to Mia and is just like, "Yeah, but did you see those faces that Wendy and Candace was making while Giselle was talking about Grace going to college and talking about going to Florida for school?" And Giselle is just like, "Oh yeah, I caught it too. I saw it." I'm like, "No, you didn't. You didn't see anything." Because my thing is, I know that if Giselle would have saw it and heard it in the moment, she would have called it out. That there's no way that she decided to prolong this to another day. There's no way.
You're
Giselle,
right.
Robin told her. Robin, I guess, came up with something in production. Maybe I don't know. Somebody gave them something because none of them are that smart. I see a lot of comments online about how Robin can kind of observe and see everything else outside of what Juan is doing or what people was doing with her money back in the day. But that's neither here or there. But that's basically what they said. Wendy walks up and she just like anybody walks up into a conversation, they get quiet. She knew that something had been said, and that's where the episode ends. So Danny, what are your thoughts on this last little scene? Of course, it's to be continued, and I kind of already saw the clip of next week where it does pick up, which is we'll talk about it then. But any thoughts on this scene?
I'm just really ready for next week's scene because I'm enjoying Wendy coming up and asking what was said. Um, it's funny, but the only thing I really noticed on this scene was that big old picture of Eddie in between Karen and and Wendy. That's all I really noticed that was anything worth to me. But the rest of it, it was just like what? Like I'm just sick of it. And Wendy, get them together next week, please.
You look like I don't think she, based off the scene I saw, she didn't get them together, but her and Candice kind of. I think Wendy handled it really well, especially because there's some past stuff that was said in the past that she, alluded to Wendy making comments about Grace. So she brings it up and was like, "That's something that they would not do." So we'll see.
And the other thing too is when Giselle said in the episode, "Yeah, I'm not going to talk to Candice or Wendy anymore because they were making those faces." Girl, when have you talked to them?
Obviously, she already been talking to. I didn't understand that comment.
Yeah,
I'm
because
tired of her saying that she's not going to talk to somebody like Giselle. We don't care.
And you'll talk to her. But you talked to Wendy when you were trying to get the tea about her and Nneka, right? And you talked to Wendy then. I was so mad when Wendy responded to her that all them episodes ago. But that's another,
Asia,
I'm ready for Wendy to clock in for real when she turns the corner. I don't know if she does, but this at least alludes to that she does. And it was weird because it looked like Candice was already there when Wendy walked around the corner. So I'm more so curious, did they all hear Giselle yell and then decide to get up and go over there? Like, how did they know to come over there and start talking to them and ask them, what are y'all talking about? Because Giselle did get loud and fake mad. I don't know. And the other thing, it just kind of goes to show that Giselle is very scary in real life. Like when confronted, she says a lot of things when it's just the four of them, but when confronted with it, it's very like she'll say, "Oh no," or "You said," she'll explain it, but then when it's time for combat, she doesn't really engage. And so what do we it just kind of proved that we don't need her.
Yeah, the general consensus online right now is that the people are bored of this show thus far. And a lot of people are just kind of like, over, of course, people not wanting to talk to other people, but Giselle, everybody's kind of on the same page. I mean, obviously she does have fans, but people are kind of like, girl, they need to maybe, not that she needs to be like left off, but she needs some kind of like, I don't know, like she needs some discipline. I don't know, like some real discipline. Like she's kind of been gone untouched. They do protect her a lot, and that's what worries me about, knowing if she'll ever get disciplined. But she needs some.
They robbed us of seeing it.
She's not robbed us. You said what?
They robbed us of seeing the discipline that Monique gave her that reunion when she broke down crying. They didn't show it. They robbed us of that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know what was said, but they said that she had broke down and just had like all type of a whole meltdown, something that we've never seen. All we see is Perfect Patty, and Perfect Patty.
Perfect Patty messed up.
Messes up all the time. Okay, we ain't seen it.
Perfect Patty is messed up.
Yeah, pause would be good, but she would have to do some things to be put on pause though. I don't know, unless they just be like, for real, Giselle, stop your shenanigans and start doing something, or you gotta go. I don't know. It's interesting.
They need to. I think they're giving her the candy treatment, and they should have learned their lesson. Just letting her stay on and not really work, not really do much, and it brings it down slowly but surely, season over season.
Wendy and Candiace. Sean said it looks like production has it out for Wendy and Candiace. Maybe. I don't know. I don't see that. They don't favor them in any kind of way, but I don't think they have it out for them. I'm not really sure. Okay, listen, we got a call in the queue. We go ahead and get them on. Like I said, guys, like this video and subscribe. We had a great weekend. We are exhausted. We are not with y'all and not with this thing, but baby, we all got back. I know me and Asia just got back today. Literally went straight back to work. So it was a great weekend, baby. We is tad. So on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and get Kyra on with our first caller. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and Kyra, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm happy everyone had a great weekend, that you all made back home safely. Hallelujah.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
thank you, thank you.
Um, I need Nneka to disappear. I feel it's just so sad to see that the only time the camera's really on her is when someone's using her against someone else.
She definitely used.
I'm like, Giselle's having this whole moment. We still, what's going on with this baby? Are you still drinking champagne before the vitamins? This, I, what's happening with her? I'm just like, this is just really a waste, especially for someone who talked a big game. I think if she didn't talk a big game, it would have felt a little better, but she did. And I'm not seeing the fashions. I'm not seeing the money. I'm not seeing the love. I'm not seeing the fabulosity. I'm just seeing her letting Giselle play these poor pranks and put on these cheap fashions on her. Um, I think Mia is interesting. I still can't do Mia. She can have some funny moments and that kind of stuff. I just think to me, Mia lying bothers me because she always ends up weaponizing it against someone. So whether that's like her feeling she's a big boss and like trying to belittle someone else, I can't trust her. I feel like she can't be trusted. As I said, I just feel like she's like a fiction writer and she's just on here just like creating the biggest plot holes of all centuries I've ever watched on TV.
You talking about Mia, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm
She's
just like,
very inconsistent.
it is wild. Now you have an inheritance from who, from where? Not saying that people who with drug issues can't have all the money, but ma'am, what? $10,000 is chump change, is nothing. It's not like you own the strip club and you just enjoyed stripping. I could even get with that if you had an inheritance, but you were talking about you were in the strip club being a 1099 with an inheritance. Absolutely not. No, no, no. What else happened? I guess this what else happened? What else happened? I do think I do feel like production's playing Candiace and Winnie a little bit. Because I'm like, as you said, I feel like some of these looks were a bit on a loop. For
They were.
one.
They were. No, they definitely were. Because
Okay.
especially it was the one look that Wendy made was repeated like at least twice. It was played twice.
And
Same feel.
yeah. And I just find it so interesting now. I do think they always end up showing their hand of how they create something to go after them, because I'm just kind of like, so Giselle, you have nothing to say until it's your confessional and the next day. And now in the confession, you're going to use this as to justify why you don't speak to these ladies. Act like you haven't been speaking to them. Either what, Wendy, 2, 3 seasons, and now Candiace this season and a half. So now we're going to blame it on the kids again. And so I just look like, and then Robin sitting here rallying the troops. Mia, did you see how they were looking at each other? I'm like, why were you not up in your girlfriend's face and just really listening to her talk about, sending her child off? That means you were really paying attention to Candiace and Wendy. That's what it means to me. And I think I heard, when I was listening earlier to some other people, like, it's also interesting that Grace had this graduation party, whatever, and Robin was not there. It's always interesting to me that it seems that for these two besties, they don't really seem to be involved in each other's like more intimate moments in life, So like Robin had this elopement and Giselle was none the wiser. Giselle's having this graduation, it's a big deal for her, and Robin is nowhere to be seen. It doesn't even seem like their kids are even close or like, regard each other as like play cousins or anything like that. This also just kind of always makes me feel like that Giselle is Robin's lifeline on this show. We know that's why she got here and that's why she's staying here. And I do think there's a point in time where Robin could survive without Giselle, but I think Giselle realizes that she can't survive without Robin. Because nothing else is going on with Giselle. Nothing else is going on with her.
Not a damn thing.
I mean, that was about it. Oh, and Ashley, I'm tired of her. She's not thriving or surviving. I will always stay on her football head behind. I just find it comical how she had so much to say about how everyone else should be living and spending their money and working in businesses and everything like that, just for you to turn around and be like, I am still married to this predator because I cannot survive without him. What? But also at the same time, he's not giving me any money. Ma'am, you already told us you can't afford this house without this man.
That's why I'm like, I don't that lie probably was worse than the inheritance because you just see You can't afford it.
You can't afford it. And she's making this little song because she's stealing Karen's idea about doing these little drag brunch shows, and she needs a little song to go with it. That's what that song's
Please
about.
don't, Ashley, don't come. I don't want to.
Oh, God, you know that's why it is.
If I go to see a drag show and I see Ashley on stage, I'm going to go off. And I don't want to
That's
see
what
her.
it's for. I'm just saying. That's what it's for. But thank you for letting me talk and ramble.
We appreciate it. Okay, thank you, Kyra. Oh,
Bye,
and
Kyra.
You were actually you were part of one of our trivia questions too. We had a
Oh my
question.
God, I won?
We had a trivia question about who was our first callers, and you were
I was so honored.
you are in the history of the league.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Kyra. Okay.
Bye.
All right, we had one more person join the queue actually, as we had Kyra on, and it is Tiana. Hey, Tiana, how are you?
Hi,
Hi
Tiana.
guys, how are you?
Doing good. How about you? How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. The only thing that is making me excited about Potomac is Kiana's confessional looks. Like her confessional look was so good, and I was like, wow. Because Nneka has been disappointing me every single episode. Like not even just the confessionals, like the episodes when I see her pigeon-toed legs.
Oh my God.
She just her outfits make me sick. I'm like, you are the worst first housewife ever. And it just makes me mad because Kiana is really serving and they didn't give it to her. So that was frustrating. When Mia said she got an inheritance, I fell out on my couch. I died. I literally died because I was like, you are the biggest liar I've ever seen on my television. Like, lady, you did not get an inheritance. You may have gotten a settlement from the foster care system, but you didn't get an inheritance. Like, what are you inheriting?
I told you this the steak and lobster from the strip club. Something. I don't know.
That's better than what I thought.
Seafood value is high. Maybe it's some seafood she got. I don't know.
I was thinking maybe like from a rehab facility. I don't know. Like, I was like, from where?
Yeah, that was a bamboozle. It was, and everybody at the table was just like, I mean, even the people that she's supposed to be friends with, are even like, girl, why you lying?
I feel like
they're gonna be okay
will
with
give
it.
us an explanation. Maybe we should get Jacqueline on the next episode so we can ask her.
Please no. Please no, Jacqueline.
Mia is talking about, because like it didn't make any sense, but it was really funny. So I guess we can keep it in for that because it was hilarious. Giselle, I just don't need her. I don't like that this whole like looks is becoming a thing. She was super rude at Wendy's party and was like, nobody was laughing. Cut back to the camera, she was laughing. Like, she goes to every event knowing that she's gonna be miserable. So it's like, why do you expect people to be happy when you're talking? It just didn't make any sense to me. So I don't understand, like, this is the argument we get to view. People were making faces. Like, it was very childish. So I don't really care for next week episode, but I did love the cutout of Eddie. Happy Eddie. I was like, look at Happy Eddie in the corner. That made me so happy. I was like, that's so funny.
I thought that was cute. I don't know what it was from, but I thought that was cute. I did see it.
It was silly. It was like a good little silly moment, like flash to Wendy and like Eddie's right behind her as a cutout.
Yeah, I think next is going to be interesting because we see Kiana having a moment with Nneka, and then I think they, from my understanding, I believe what other conflict to come is probably, I think, something else between Wendy and Robin, and then I think Charisse gets involved too. So, but I don't know where they are.
Why you say that? Why did you say Charisse? Charisse?
She coming back, child. She ain't done. She gotta beat on some more tables like Donkey Kong. You know that's
what?
Wait, did you guys see that they compared Anne Marie's dress to Charisse's dress?
We did.
And Charisse said that Anne Marie looked better. She still don't know how to stop lying because this is the one time Charisse ate somebody up.
Yeah, it was just funny because I watched it on like the lead review and they put glasses on Charisse.
Yeah,
I fell
You
out.
know, Chase secret to like Sharice Chat. He actually do like Cha Cha. He used to like Cha Cha. I remember when he first came out, he was actually a fan of her. I think he secretly wants to. I don't know. All right, Tiana, we're gonna let you go. Okay, thank you for calling. All right.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Now, Lisa, girl, you got 2 minutes because you called in really late, and we got to get out of here.
Okay, I know. How y'all my guys doing, baby?
Hey.
Up in there. How you doing?
Yeah. I know. Let me go ahead and get through because my boys be getting on me too. I know you get them by my timeline because I talk so fast.
Got
Let me
you.
tell you something, girl. Mia
You got 40 seconds.
stayed the show last night. I'm for real. Mills said the show last night. That woman can lay her ass off. She can't lie. I mean, first you talking about they were shining shoes. That what she used to say. They were shining shoes, and it was a strip club where they were shining shoes. That's why he was walking around because they had the shoes. They were shining shoes. Talking about you had more money than him in the bank, which I believe that's a lie. You know what I'm saying? I just don't believe. There's nothing she says. It's a bunch of lie. Then cause Candace, when they was talking about her daughter, Candace did say congratulations. You know what I'm saying? Until she went over, then she started talking. Why are you making that relevant, child? I would not worry about am hoe. I ain't worrying about me and my child. I won't be worrying about what Candace and Wendy in her face saying over there. I won't be worrying about it. You know, they kind of make it a big issue with it. Really ain't no damn issue. Okay, you always say you don't mess with them, so don't worry about what they thinking over there. Why am I kind of making a big issue? You know what I'm saying? And it's not a real big issue. I'm gonna tell you something. To me, Kevin always will be the grand dame of Potomac. Okay, cause she know how to do her thing. Okay, what we in season 8 now? She been doing her thing since day one. And I promise you see those pictures of her. And baby dog, shy, when can't none of the women beat that triple 20 woman. Okay, they can't beat them pictures she be making. She airboys them, making sure she looks good. Okay, so I mean, girl, please, you put that thing on her, and I don't believe that's real a Nneka house neither, because the two houses she showed, that house she showed, y'all go back and look at it. It had a lock box on there.
I remember you saying that.
It had a lock box. Yeah, go back and look. Both times it had a lock box.
Maybe she
So
bought
I
the
believe they
lockbox.
went in them houses. Yeah, huh?
Maybe she got. Maybe
What you say, Jack?
She bought the house. Maybe she bought the lockbox too. Maybe the lockbox came with it.
Child, honey, come on now. That's the house that she went in to do that house in and make that move in, okay? I don't believe she got that much money going on. I'm just saying, you know, people be kind of fake it, you know, they kind of fake it till you make it, you know what I'm saying, okay? Like they say, fake it till you make it. 'Cause I'm still ain't cool with her. What you say about Whitney's mom? I'm sorry, then your man kind of beat up on Whitney's husband on some Facebook page. Where we come from that stuff from? Child, ain't nobody got time for that shit. They can get away with her too. I don't like her style. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? I ain't cool with that. You talking about my mom? No. We ain't doing that. Okay. But other than that, I can't wait to see next week because Winnie going there and ask him what y'all love him to talk about. Everybody suddenly get quiet.
Mm-hmm.
What you getting quiet for? Talk.
I agree.
Other than that, that's mostly what I had to say, baby. Like that. I
Aw.
miss you, baby. I miss you like the other night.
Well, which
I miss you. I miss you too. What's your name? What's her name? What's her
Hey.
name?
Asia?
Faith. Asia.
Phaedra.
Not Phaedra.
Phaedra.
My name is Phaedra.
Phaedra.
Nice to meet you. Nice
Nice
to meet you, Lisa.
honey.
It's been a pleasure.
Love you, baby. Yeah, you look beautiful tonight. Yeah, like that. You look beautiful
Thank you.
tonight.
I was trying to, I
My
was trying
boy
to
look
match your
beautiful.
energy tonight for sure.
Yeah, I got good energy all the time. My boys will tell you. My men them up there tell you I got energy all the time.
Oh,
Only time I don't got no energy, they talking about sudden why that dry hair.
Okay, Lisa.
Okay, Lisa. Now you went too far now.
We about to let you go, okay? Thank you, okay, Lisa.
Bye.
Love you, buddy.
Love you too.
Love you, darling.
All right, good night. That was Lisa.
Come on, Phaedra.
No, what she said, Phaedra. I am so weak.
I just didn't want to hear
Guys, make sure
Into the
y'all try
house
to
of you.
join the queue a little sooner. There were some other people trying to join, but at some point we do have to cut off and end the show. So
because this comment right here, if she said that one more time, who house it
Nneka,
was?
child, they don't say Nneka's name right, and neither does damn Lisa, because Nneka, and Nneka is just crazy. Nickel, I don't even know. Nicki Minaj, whatever. We love Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Tiana, and thank you, Kyra, for calling in tonight. Okay. Antonio said, thank you to Danny and Phaedra.
What I say at the cabin, this ain't Phaedra.
And just like Phaedra, Asia played her ass off on Traders.
Who?
Asia, she played her behind off on the Lean Traders edition. Traders Lean edition.
They said I was Phaedra. I guess if she go home this week, I guess I am Phaedra. But she had to work with the car she was dealt, and that's what I have to do as well. So, but yeah, I saw somebody in the chat ask who was the trader. We gonna, I kind of want to save it so I can kind of watch it,
save it.
Yeah, save it. So, we have, like I said, we have a lot of footage. I'm gonna put it together. I'll post on the page and you guys can watch it. We have like not even just the Traders game. We did these little reenactment videos. We did a lot of stuff, and everybody from this past weekend agreed that it can be posted. So once it gets together, give me a couple days, child.
Your heels are still lean.
I do have a job. We have the content. It ain't going nowhere. It is going to be just as relevant, especially with Traders being on right now. So,
but our heels are still leaning. So give us
our heels are leaning. Our livers are gone. We are truly thriving and surviving. like Ashley said that she was. That is truly what we're doing. Yeah. All right, y'all. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Phaedra. Thank y'all for watching. Antonio, Art World, Dorothy, Samira, Dream was here. Sammy came in talking that bull. He was up in here. No, Sammy was in here. Samira was here. Amanda, Sean, everybody watching tonight. Thank y'all for watching. We really appreciate all the support. Married to Medicine is going on tomorrow as well. I think it's the finale. Tune into that. Beverly Hills is reunion starts this week, and from my understanding, I think they said that Miami, they're airing 2 parts of the reunion this week, is what Danny told me. So that's interesting. But we will just check the channel. We'll let you know how we're going to do it. I believe we're going to talk about letting it air on Wednesday, and then Thursday, depending on what time the second part airs, doing them together, because we don't want to do it at different times. And then last week's Miami finale was filmed today, and it'll be posted up tomorrow. So if you watch Miami, it's not gonna be live. It's gonna be a posted video and live. You can tune in and watch Danny and Jamie talk about that. All right, y'all. Long time. Yes, Liver is screaming. Good night. Thank y'all for watching, and we will talk to you guys later. Okay. You have a good night. Thank y'all.
Good night.